Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Slay the Spire. So we're on the second floor with a pretty interesting deck. We did take a few cards that are no longer good for the deck, but we're essentially playing around the card Immolate. So exhaust a card. If it was a status or a curse, deal 10 damage to all enemies. We're going to try and essentially work around wounds. So we've got Evolve as well that shuffles them into our deck, and then whenever we draw a wound, we just get a redraw. So wounds can never clog up our hands anymore. And then we've also got Mark of Pain, which gives us... Oh, it's not going to let me show you from there. Gives us extra energy, but it puts wounds into our draw pile, which really make no difference to us, except for it means that Immolate is immediately online. So what we want to be doing is essentially, in this floor, trying to work around this strategy a little bit more, and when we get the chance as well, just trim the fat a little bit. Just get rid of a few cards that don't really synergize with this all too well, because we did take a few here and there, not knowing what we were actually going to do on this floor. But anyway, let's get into it, shall we? What do we want to be doing? Well, any opportunity to get curses, they're negated for value, so a lot of question marks have a lot of chances of giving us curses. So we could do that. We also have 217 gold, so hitting a shop at some point would be nice. We can hit one up here if we don't want to hit this one. I think I'm going to take this path, because the only way to hit this one is a big long fight, and I'd like a mixture of question marks and fights on this floor. And if we've got enough gold, then we'll stop at that shop, which leads straight into the elite. Alright, let's go. Interesting. Alright, well there's our wounds. We do have 4 energy, so we can get Evolve going. We want to get that going ASAP, essentially, because it will... We got any exhaust cards? No. This is a card that doesn't really synergize very well with the deck, because we don't have many exhaust cards, other than, of course, the Immolate. So I guess in that sense we should probably fire it off. And again, could I have just had lethal there? 4, 8, no, not even slightly. Okay, in that case, is that seriously like 8 from 17? Jeez. So you're rating me for 5. I'm saying no, and I'm going to hit you harder. Alright. So you get strength up, and so do you. Want to get rid of these guys as soon as possible. They're not really too deadly at any point, but Shockwave is lovely. Pretty much undoes their flight for the most part. Let's get an Infernal Blade of Pommel Strike, eh? If we create a copy of the free Pommel Strike, we get some redraws and also the opportunity to kill one of these guys. 6 damage, 12 damage for free. There's not really anyone in particular I can hit for that, to be honest. So I guess I'll just focus fire on one of them and set you up for death sooner. Alright. Core, indeed. You get strength up. You hit me for 1, and then you hit me for 5. Right. Want to be able to take you off the board. Immolate right there. 10 damage to all enemies. Let's do it. Wound. Which is 7. In this particular case, we exhaust the card, so we get 4 there as well. I should have armaments first, actually. Got ahead of myself. Oh well, we can still do it. Hit you a little bit, and then block. Doesn't matter all too much. But we want more Immolates in our deck, and we want to thin so we see them more often, essentially. Alright, Pommel Strike you. And there's an Immolate. Boom. Bit of block, hit you, and pass the turn. Could use an energy potion to kill you, I believe, but I'm fine taking this because we know that we're healing 6 and then another 2 at the start of each combat as well, so there's really no issue here whatsoever. Alright. Explosive potions, okay. Sever Soul, exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Deal 20 damage. Exhaust a card, draw 2 cards. Now this is what one of them I like. We'll do that. Because we got plenty of wounds, of course, and if we draw a wound, then we get a redraw, so we're always going to have plenty of cards. Exactly what we want from that draw. Okay, the library. Ooh, we get to choose a card. Well, I don't need to heal. So, is there an immolate? There is not. Is there any exhaust / wound synergy? Let's see. Evolve, but don't really need that. Another wild strike might be okay. So what Evolve twice could do is it could stack essentially. Shuffles 4 wounds into our deck, and then whenever we draw a wound, we draw 2 cards. I think we'd hit... It's possible we'd hit like Immolate like nearly every single time with that. Let's try it. Let's try it. It might be a bit redundant, but you know, I'm in the mood to really throw the boat out here and just push the boat out. Push the boat out is the term, not throw it out. But yeah, you know what I mean. Really go out there and see what we can do. 234. I think I'd rather wait until we get to a shop up here, to be honest. You want to go around 300, really, I find. You know what? Let's try it. Let me see if I'm correct. Okay, we could actually afford everything here, except for the relics, which is mostly what I... Yeah, they've changed Frozen Egg and a few others as well, to where when you add them, you get better stuff. So, Transmutation. Add X random colourless cards to your hand. Exhaust? No. Finesse? No. Yeah, I don't think any of these are useful to us, so I guess card removal is going to be the thing. What do I want to get rid of? I don't know if Dual Wield is that good here. Like even Feel No Pain has got some synergy, because now we've got Immolate and Burning Pact, we've got the Exhaust synergy. Just don't feel like Dual Wield. Then again, Dual Wield can actually copy Immolate. So yeah, we'll keep that around. I guess I'm just going to get rid of a basic strike. Or even a defend. Just a strike. We've been replacing our cards with a lot of attacks, so let's try that out. Okay. Vampires. Oh, yes. So how many bites can we get? 3. And we just lose Blood Vial. Oh, he's obtained 5 bites. I still really love this as a thing, though. So we're essentially adding 2 more attacks to our deck, but they now gain HP for us, and we're only doing with the Blood Vial 2 HP at the start of each combat. This is just a strict upgrade, I would say. Extra cards, of course, but yeah, let's get some bites in our deck. Boosh. Alright, we remember what happened to the last life gain build that ended up working for us. We just were at full health constantly, so... Alright, so what we could do is attacking us for 12. I'm going to dual wield the Immolate just to get them in our deck. There's no reason to actually play them though, because they don't really do anything. So it's just going to be bite to gain the life and block. Okay. I suspect we're going to actually end this battle on full life, so we'll see about that. Let's go Infernal Blade first. Let's see what we get. Uppercut. Okay, I'm going to apply this first because this is just pure debuffs. This one's actually got damage applied to it, so it's better going second. And I mean, I could take 2, or I could gain 2 and take 5. I think. Oh, actually, no, you're better. Just in general, I'll do that. Take nothing. Okay. Evolve. Get those wounds in our deck. I constantly forget about armaments. Do apologise. Taking 8. So we can Wild Strike you, and then... yeah, do it that way. I need to bring that plated armor down a bit as well, while also blocking. So I'm hoping that... look at the state of that. Alright, let's do that. Essentially, I'm hoping that the exhaust from the wounds is going to give us the block that we need for this battle. Am I taking right now? 5, and then hit you a bit. Take a bit of damage. I mean, it's only a matter of time until we get out of this one. There's really no way we can't. I mean, look, we've just filled up our entire hand. So that's a thing. Gain block whenever we exhaust cards. Bite you. Burning Pact, a wound. Gain some block. We might be drawing too many cards though, so there is a point where there's just not much point in actually drawing cards. Let's just block it all. And we may be at that point, don't get me wrong. I'm in experimentation point here. Oh wow, a woundless hand. That's a new one. Alright, well, uppercut. So we could exhaust a card for block. For 6 block. So Immolate can be a block here. But, I mean... let's just do it. So yeah, the Feel No Pain Exhaust synergy kind of makes up for the fact that we're not always going to have an Immolate in our hand. But, I mean, we fill to hand size nearly every turn. Which is funny. A power through, add 2 wounds, gain 15 block, might be okay. We need a way to actually empty the wounds out occasionally though, because we will eventually flood our deck with them. Which is not the worst thing in the world, because we draw through them, but we have a max hand size, so... Feel No Pain, plus again, or the power through. This is a solid amount of block. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, this is a perfect Immolate matchup here. They're usually a problem for me, but I don't think they will be this time around. Twin Strike. Okay. So, no way to strength up. Just gonna start swinging at one of you. You have to die first, I think. And do I care about blocking for 5, or do I want to take him down to 7? Guess I'll take him to 7. Honestly, I think the amount of life gain that's in our deck, I really don't care about blocking 5. He puts wounds into our decks, which is just straight up helping us. Okay. Evolve. Then we'll Immolate the wound. Burning Pack. I mean, we could just get more blocks by doing this. It's risky. Look at all those wounds. Alright. And then just hit you a bit. We might be getting a bit cocky. I'm going to tone it back a bit. But we're at the below half point now where meat on the bone actually works for us as well, so it's fine. Right. A power card. Don't actually have a way to exhaust, which means we don't have a way to block. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just not do this. Alright, well, we need to definitely start biting. Do I need to start evolving? That's the question. I think it's dual wield. Feel no pain. Bite. It's certainly not evolve. I don't think we need it. Yeah, let's get some more feel no pains. Use one. And then gain a bit of life back. Which is practically like blocking. Though not quite. Right, let's not be silly anymore. Let's watch ourselves fill to hand size. Power through. Decent block. Yeah, we need more immolates. There's one thing that I'm noticing right here. So let's spot weakness. Power through. Block. Pretty much all of it. In fact, all of it. And then bash you. Pass the turn. Those debuffs. So damn annoying. Wonderful. Right. So. Armaments plus. I remembered this time. 16 damage. Well, you're dead. And no way to exhaust in hand. Oh no, we do have a shockwave, so that exhausts. Gives us block. Sets him up to get a really big hit next turn. Immolate. Hey, there we go. 14 damage. Right, well, feel no pain. Immolate, a wound. 21 damage. 21 damage. Oh, 31. And we gain like 17 million life. An exhaust card is nice. Yeah, I'll take that. We've kind of got two synergies going. I need more exhaust, a target card kind of thing though. Because at the moment, like power through to add them to our hands so that we can immolate is really good. So I'm going to evolve. I'm going to dual wield immolate. Power through, immolate, exhaust a wound. And we block it all. We're setting up our deck so it does a decent amount of damage in the future. Okay. Armaments. Oh, evolve does exactly what 2 normal evolves does. Good to know. 14 damage coming at us. We can reduce that with shockwave and then bite, I suppose. It also exhausts, though right now we don't have the synergy for that. Blocking half of it, and then I'll just hit you, I guess. Do need to worry about that mage, because I think, yeah, you can start healing. But we can heal as well. Don't you worry about that. 25 damage. Get some wounds in there. Bite you. And then double block. Okay, you're gonna block for her. She's gonna hit us, make us frail, make it harder to gain defense, but feel no pain is our defense. So let's feel no pain. Let's pummel 3-4 times. I think I'll do it to you, just because you haven't got a shield right now. And then bash on you. Leave it like that. Yeah, you keep healing. Gives me time to heal. Eventually, anyway. Spot weakness. Infernal Blade. For an uppercut. That's nice. Can I actually kill you now? 25 damage. Yeah, I can kill you now. 16. Okay, so take you off the board. Shrug it off. Pass turn. Interesting. Armaments. So we can Burning Pact to exhaust the wound. Drew an Immolate. It's 21 damage. Exhaust the wound. In 13 block. Need to block for 18. We could power through, but I really don't want to add more bites to our deck, so I'm just gonna block what we need to. We need more ways to remove them. Certainly. Let's go wound. Big wild strike and you're dead. Give me exhaust a card. No. I can't take any of them. I'm already drawing enough as it is. Yeah, skip. Is it upgrade time? I think it's upgrade time. If I take this path, can I get to the shop? Yes. And still get to an elite, but not the shop. Interesting. Well, I think an upgrade's better than a fight. Right, Immolate does 15 baseline. You do 6. You draw 2. These heal for 3. Hummel deals 5 damage. Deals it 5 times. 20 block for 2 wounds. Not sure on this one. I think maybe Feel No Pain is the card in this particular case, because we are a little bit down on block, just a bit. Thread Needle and start each combat with plated armor. Beautiful. Couldn't have asked for better. Alright, Chosen and Bird combo. So, attacking us for 5, are you? Can't put a wound in our hand, unfortunately. But I can really hit you. Let's Burning Pact. The bite. Yeah, power through was what I was looking for. So we can put 2 wounds into our hand now. And block. So now I immolate. Getting rid of the wound. 17 damage, or do I get a random amount? Let's try for the random. Uppercut. You know what? That's fine. I'm just going to take you out, because I know you're going to do something horrible. You're going to hex me. And I'm not going to be happy about it. That being said, though, the days can also be exhausted for the same amount of value. It's just wounds are the only things we draw through. So let's get the evolve going. Put some dazed in there. Going to pummel you, which knocks you to the ground and stops you attacking. Then we block 10 with our plated armor, and then I hit you and heal. It's a solid turn. I want an immolate turn coming up soon, though. That would be lovely. Get another evolve. Armaments. I'm not fussed about the dazed. Certainly not going to dual wield the evolves. We did get rid of a bite, so let's get some bite pluses in our hand. And we can do 16. Ah, so close. In that case, I'm just going to spread the love a little bit, I think. Just in case we get the immolate, it kills you anyway. Okay. Ugh. You're planning on getting up. Can I actually kill you? Technically, yes, but let's shrug it off, see if we can get something good. A bash. Why is everything just short? Well, shockwave. Get those applied, which means this bite is now lethal on you. And we heal a bit. Get those dazed. Evaporated. Which when they get exhausted, our feel no pain actually triggers. So, she ain't doing herself any favours. And bite you. 2 exhaust. And we get 15 block. I think we've actually managed to make a your deck is horrible matters archetype. Well, we're not taking any damage. Block. I didn't even need to do that, to be honest. Just got 32 block. Okay, come on, give me some damage. Dual wield. Could chain some bites together, I suppose. Let's do that. For the life gain. Wonderful. You're gonna make me weak? Yeah. Strengthen you up as well. 24 damage, eh? That's a lot of damage. Did that the wrong way around. I'm not gonna get punished for it though. I never get punished. Alright, another explosive potion. Bit meh about that. Is headbutt good in this situation? I think it could be. Also, the power through, again though, is good to get us to stop using blocks. We could go card removal and get rid of another block. I'm already adding too many wounds though, that's the thing. Or at least that's what I feel like is the case. And we haven't even plussed that one yet. So how many things add wounds? That's 2 wounds, that's 2 wounds. That gets rid of a wound, that's 2 wounds. That gets rid of a wound. That's a wound. So yeah, we kind of need to balance the getting rid of a wound kind of thing. I mean, headbutt kind of helps with that. It allows us to put the exhausting cards on top again. We'll try it out. Question mark time. Card removal. Come on. Yes! Alright. Let us remove... What? What do we remove? A defend? Probably a defend, yeah. Okay. And is it elite or is it shop? Elite has 2 question marks after it. This has got a battle and a battle. Let's do the elite. Book of Stabbing, eh? Bring it. Alright, let's have Infernal Blade. Let's see what that is. It's a twin strike. Okay. Let's bash. Power through so we can block all of it, because if you don't block it, he makes you vulnerable, I think, or adds... Or does he add wounds to your deck? Huh. That's a thing. It's been so long since I've taken actual damage from this guy that I can't quite remember. Okay, no wounds here. So, spot weakness, we can potentially get one though. Let's exhaust the defend. Play evolve. Headbutt, what does that put back into our deck? Maybe the Burning Pact? You're dealing, what, 14 damage right now? It's 24 damage. Maybe even the spot weakness, to be honest. Ideally, I wanted it to put the Immolate back in, but that's just not going to be possible. I'm going to go Burning Pact, because there's probably a great chance that I have something to exhaust there. And we take damage. Does he add wounds? Let's find out. He does. Alright. He's doing himself no favour there. Okay, 18 damage. Shrug it off. There's a wound. Feel no pain. For the block, Burning Pact, exhaust the wound, gain some block. Armaments. No. Maybe he does armaments. Although 6 damage 4 times is pretty great. Could just energy potion, but I'd rather save that for the boss, to be honest. We're at 18 already, actually, so we might as well just go full on damage at this point. Just gonna Book of Stabbing and gain some life. Did forget about the plated armor there for a minute. So, perfect block. That's a lot of damage. Unfortunately, not much we can do about it. So I guess we just bite and bite, gain some life back. Take 6. Reduce our plated armor a bit. This is by no means the most overpowered run I've ever had. In fact, it's slightly underpowered for how well it's doing. For me, at least. Let's, Bite's 24 damage. It's 14, adding 3 vulnerable. Do I need the 3 vulnerable? Actually, I probably value the block in this situation. So we can perfect block. Hey, there's the Immolate. Okay, Immolate, copy. Immolate the wound. Wild strike. Got him. Regal Pillow, heal an additional 15 HP when you rest. Pretty sweet. A weak potion over another explosive potion. We already have Shockwave. Combust. Lose 1 HP and deal 5 damage to all enemies every turn. I like True Grit, if we can get that upgraded, which we will be able to at the final campfire. It allows you to exhaust a specific card. And it's more block with our Feel No Pain, so let's do it. I'll take that, actually. I like variations of potions, to be honest. Alright, let's see if we can get a chance to heal a little bit on here. So that we can maybe get to full life before the boss. Ah, the bird-faced urn would have been quite nice here. As would the gambling chip. That would have allowed us to get... Ooh, dramatic entrance. An immediate exhaust. Potential. There's potential there. If I was to remove a card, what would it be? I feel like it's dual-wield at this point. I really don't value that card that much right now. Although the double immolate off of that one is pretty great. Choose an attack from your draw pile and place it into your hand. And then exhaust. Secret weapon. So that could grab us the immolate, but the problem is that we start with wounds in our deck. So we'd need, in order for that combo to really pay off, we'd need power through in hand as well, which puts it into our hand. Because our wild strikes put them into our draw pile. Which is kind of the issue. We need them in hand at the time in order for this deck to go off. So it really doesn't have a good turn 1 play, really. I think I'd take a True Grit and then remove a card. Let's remove... I think just a basic defense. Since we've added the True Grit in, it's 7 block as opposed to the 5. It helps us exhaust wounds, which then with the Feel No Pain, wherever it ends up being, somewhere around here, there it is, gives us an extra 6 block. So essentially, this is blocking for 13. And if I can upgrade it, then I can specifically target my wounds. Let's try it out. Dex Potion, Artifact Potion, Strength Potion. Do I want any of those? Not particularly, no. Alright. Question mark. Let's go. Addicted. Sorry, buddy. Dead slot there. Alright. At 70. I think I can afford to smith. Let's go with True Grit. 9 block and exhaust a specific card in hand. Don't mind that. Alright, let's go. Let's see if we've got... Oh, this one's a great matchup for us. Because Immolate's an AoE. Okay, so... Shrug it off. See if we can get a better card. No. None of those right now are necessary. Oops, do not do that. No need to unnecessarily add wounds to our deck until we plan on using them. Okay. So, Feel No Pain. So we gain 6 block whenever we exhaust a wound. Let's gain some strength. This just blocks naturally, doesn't it? Because I'm going to immolate for 14 on the wound. And then I'm just going to do that. There's nothing to exhaust. So we block for 18. We're taking 18. It's a lot. That is a lot. We could have taken 6 less for the explosive potion, actually. But I'm hoping that we can start chaining some stuff together. Evolve is a way of doing that. There's no block in our hand. No exhaust either. That bad. That is real bad. Well, I guess we're going to start biting. Bite you, kill you. We can take damage off the board though, just by striking at these guys. Can't take them all though. So, Wild Strike. Yeah, just Wild Strike you. And then I guess I'm gonna bite you. Immolate kills you then. I don't know if I need the evolve just yet. We'll let our deck cycle before I use that. Might have been a mistake to take 2 of them. Get the immolate. Have we got wounds still in here? We've got plenty of wounds. So yeah, we could headbutt the immolate back in. I'll save the shockwave until he refills the board again with enemies. So, bite you, headbutt you, put the immolate back in our deck, and then just bash you. Okay. You are mine. Oh yeah, debuff city. Here we go. Alright. Armaments, upgrade everything. Infernal Blade. Gets us a drop kick, which is a free attack. True Grit exhausts a wound. We've got Immolate to exhaust a wound and Burning Pact to exhaust a wound. So let's Immolate. Actually, no, let's Burning Pact first, just in case we get... even Spot Weakness wouldn't work here, actually. But we'll get more information anyway. Okay. Immolate. Get rid of a wound. Do I hold on to the pummel? I think I do. And we've got 1, 2. 2 wounds in the deck. Now we got 3. I'm just trying to keep the wounds in check. So I think a True Grit getting rid of a wound is for the best. And we're not incapable of blocking. I don't think I put a single block card in there and we managed to get to 35 just on exhausting alone. Which is great. It's where we want to be. I think now might be the time to evolve again. But what we could do is we can headbutt, shrug it off, draw the Immolate, get rid of the wound. If we're doing that, then we might as well Armaments to give it an extra bit of oomph. So 629. I think we're blocking you just fine. Immolate on top, shrug it off, and then Immolate. Get rid of the wound. Yeah, more than fine. Clearly I'm not taking certain things into account here. He strengthens up and shields up. Okay. It's time for the weak potion. Bring that down. I can get rid of 13 by doing this. There's an energy potion for us there. We could get Spot Weak. No, Spot Weakness is a skill, not a power. Alright, well, Spot Weakness anyway. We're going to dual wield the drop kick, because we can make that work. Not immediately, but we can. Power through. And then just bite. Heal a little bit. Extra 18 damage. Do I want the 18 damage for the cost of a potion? We might need it actually. I feel like there's a chance that that might actually matter. Right, here we go. Well, there's the bash. So we can enable the vulnerable. Hopefully those drop kicks come back around. And we gain a bit of life. Because he's up to mad strength right now. Okay. 18. There's no exhaust in our hand. So it's bash. Oh, maybe shockwave, bash. Plenty of vulnerable at that point to see us through. It's also possible that we go bash, bite, bite as well. That's a lot of damage. Yeah. It's 24 damage right there. Absolutely, this is the right decision. He's down to 7. We take 18. There's no way we don't kill him. Either this turn or the turn after. And there's our dropkick chain that we were hoping for, but didn't need. Alright. Give me another Immolate. Beautiful. Alright. What do we got in here? Whenever you open a non-boss chest, obtain a curse, which Amori will counter perfectly. So we're probably taking that. Choose and add 5 cards to your deck. No. Yeah, we're taking Curse Key. Get an extra energy, and it's actually practically for free, because there's no way we're opening 2 chests on the next floor, so if we open any of them, the next 2 curses get debuffed. So anyway, we're ending it off here. I don't know if this is a 3rd floor winning run, but there's only one way to find out. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell icon as well to get notifications when the final floor goes live on the channel. I do hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.